We are back, baby. Are we back?
We're back.
Are we back? Just making sure, guys. Give me 1 second here. We're going to go into the trap of the week right now. The trap of the week. I don't think we're on TikTok, though.
Not live on TikTok.
YouTube, folks, if you're watching, the trap of the week
Bear with.
is coming up.
Bear with.
It's coming up right now. It's coming up right now, I promise.
Okay.
We're going to just let some people come into the room, come and find us real quick.
Tell you
Now
what.
We'll get right back to the trap of the week.
Tell you what.
I mean, listen, the trap of the week is vital information for a lot of people. You know, you really gotta look at a spread, and if you're getting a little too excited about it, you need to slow the fuck down.
I don't know how to read this stuff. Like sometimes I look at a line and I go, well, I know that's bad for me. You know, it's kind of like a lady with like neck tattoos. You know, you're like, that's not a good idea.
Well,
though,
there's
right?
also something that you really gotta like, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh my God, I need that. That's so easy.
right.
Why are they doing this?
Yeah.
I gotta give them my money right now to make sure I make money. And then you gotta check yourself and go, Is life
No.
that,
This is toxic.
is life ever that easy?
Yeah, no. Yeah. If it tastes good, spit it out.
Is life ever that easy?
If it's too easy, it's not real.
And now we're
Run
gonna get
away.
back into the trap. Kyle G, what up, baby? Guys, we're gonna let everybody get in here. What's up, Dwight? So, the trap of the week, guys, and this is just information I'm giving on to you because this is the way I felt when I saw this.
Yeah, I'm confused about why you feel as strongly as you feel about this game.
Well, listen, I really want to get into it. And the trap of the week, guys, for anybody who is unaware, is the Cowboys -3 against Carolina. And listen, we're just going to have to do a little bit of statistical analysis still.
Mhm.
All right. And listen, Dak Prescott, I don't think anybody has to argue, is throwing the ball all over the field, doing whatever he wants, moving the ball. Should have beat the Eagles, but CeeDee Lamb forgot he had hands that week.
CeeDee Lamb is horrible at football.
I mean, really horrible at football this year. I mean, does he even play football this year? We're going to go over to the Carolina Panthers, though, first, real quick.
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers, who got absolutely decimated 26-10 by their, division rivals, or, well, not division rivals, their expansion team rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars, destroyed them. And you know how I feel about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cat fight.
Right?
Cat fight.
Bryce, if you're back in here, listen, you know how I feel about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They get absolutely destroyed. Then they go to Arizona, where, by the way, they were getting destroyed. They ended up scoring some points at the end of the game. They get wrecked. Somehow, they go to Atlanta and win 30-0.
Right.
The Panthers. I don't know what they were doing.
Drake London's shoulder was hurt.
Yeah, it was Drake London's shoulder that
Well,
did it.
perhaps that's the linchpin of the entire team.
The following week, though, they lose 42-13 to the Patriots. And the Patriots aren't a bad team, but they're not a team that you lose 42-13 to unless you stink.
Who's better, Patriots or the Colts?
The Colts are better than the Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Jets fan. I hate the Patriots.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So a little biased.
Got it.
Then last week, Panthers pull out a win against the low-level Dolphins, who there's only a couple teams that are worse than the Panthers. One of them, my New York Jets.
Yeah.
The other one,
the
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the reason we're going to walk down this line is the Panthers are not a good team. They're really bad. When they lose by 16, they lose by 5, they lose by 30. All right? In their losses, they've never lost by 3. Okay? Ever. This year. So, if the Cowboys come into town and play Carolina and play Cowboys football, they should absolutely destroy the Panthers.
Yeah.
Cowboys -3.
Right.
This is the easiest bet ever.
Yep.
What am I missing here?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
And if you look at a line and you look at it up and down and you really kaleidoscope everything involved with it and you go, what am I missing? You're missing what Vegas is not missing, and you need to stay away.
So here's the thing, Dill. When I see Cowboys -3 versus Carolina, I think, no way. There's no way the Cowboys aren't covering the spread.
Yeah.
Cowboys -3 versus Carolina?
Yeah.
Lock of the week.
Backdoor bullshit the whole way home.
Backdoor bullshit. Bryce says Panthers have been known to score points in trash time. Well, what could happen is maybe they score some points in trash time. Who knows? Maybe they cut the lead to 2.
Pick 6.
Panthers lose by a point, 2 points. Maybe they miss an extra point. I don't know. But this line seems way too easy.
Don't touch it.
The Cowboys should roll -3 over the Panthers, and that's why I'm not betting it. All right? Now let's move on.
What we are betting.
Yeah, but we are betting. We are betting something else. Anytime touchdown locks. We got you anytime, baby. Bryce, you're going to have to jump in here with us. Davante Adams +115 against the low-level Ravens. I think he might score 2 touchdowns. Go ahead, Dill.
Yeah, he might. And the reason why we picked Davante Adams is because, we're just trying to feel something, right? Betting Puka Nacua to get an anytime touchdown against the Baltimore Ravens is like, I don't know, having a tuna fish sandwich that's a day old. It's like, if I have to, I'll do it. But this isn't exciting.
No, it's not exciting. Yeah. But Davante, and that's why, he's minus money. Davante's plus money. Yeah. And I love the plus money on Davante Adams. Now, let's move over to a game we've already talked about, the Bears versus the Commanders. This is kind of like a rematch game. I think it was Monday Night Football. It was definitely a primetime game where, remember, the Bears had it locked up. Stevenson on the Bears is doing, gun symbols into the crowd or whatever dumbass shit he was doing.
You idiot.
He's not focused on football, his job, that he only had to play for another 60 seconds.
Right.
And because he did that, Jaden Daniels throws up a Hail Mary, and the Commanders win the game. And that was a very deflating moment for the Bears last season, by the way. They were finally about to get a win. Rematch. Luke McCaffrey is +380 to score a touchdown. Remember, Scary Terry's out. Debo is obviously the favorite. Maybe Ertz second. But Luke McCaffrey is getting looks. With these odds, the Bears let up a ton of yards and a ton of touchdowns every single week. What do you think, Del?
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is the most sharp bet of the week, I got to say. Luke McCaffrey gets red zone targets, okay, and gets into the red zone. This kid is getting some love, and Jaden Daniels is back. He is rolling, okay? I don't believe in Debo. Debo is fat. Luke McCaffrey is not. And if you want to parlay this is the kind of odds that gets you into some big money, which we'll talk about later.
And just so everyone's aware, the Bears are coming in almost allowing 4 touchdowns scored per game. Now, that's not all through the air, but still, I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about here? The Bears and the Commanders, it's going to be a shootout. Neither of these, well, I shouldn't say neither of these teams play D. The Commanders can play some defense with Dan Quinn, but the Commanders can definitely let some games get away from them. We saw them lose to the Packers. We'll see what happens there. Then another bet we like is Ted McMillan +145 going up against the Cowboys.
Yeah. Tet is Bryce Young's favorite target. He has kind of been steady this season. We haven't had like a big breakout game from Tet. I think that this might be that very game we're hoping for. Bryce Young is a little bit of a midge, and I don't know why we keep doing this in the NFL. We see Kyler, we see Bryce Young. I mean, the only midge who really was able to do it was Drew Brees, and of course, I'm not talking about actual midgets. They're just like 5'11", 6 foot, which is short for a quarterback. But yeah, Tet, love it. Plus money. Come on, easy.
Dallas is letting up 2.5 touchdowns per game in the air, and so are the Bears. By the way, 2.5 for the Cowboys, 2.4 for the Bears. So we like these a lot. McCaffrey's odds are obviously way more favorable. You're putting $100 down. to win 380. Tet, you're putting 100 to win 145. And then we're going to move over to the Green Bay Packers. Romeo Doubs gets a cupcake walk this week against the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, if the Packers can score 40 points against the Cowboys, can they score 80 against the Bengals?
They can score 700 points against the Bengals, but so there's two scenarios here. We've either got a blowout, which is what we're expecting because Packers are Super Bowl bound. And the other side is we've got a dogfight. Flacco comes back in and completely rejuvenates this offense. Either way, there's going to be a lot of points on the Packers side of the ball, and Romeo Doubs is the wide receiver 1 on this offense.
Bryce says, how many games does Joe Flacco play before he retires?
Half of one.
Well, what's funny is a lot of Packers fans, and I think one of the main Packers fans on the McAfee show, he's like, we just got our ass beat by Joe Flacco and the Browns. He's like, I don't want to play Joe Flacco again. Which is hysterical because, the Packers should be in this position where they're just, rolling teams over.
I know.
And instead, they're losing to the Browns on a field goal, and now they've got to play Joe Flacco 2 weeks later.
I'll tell you what, though, if I was Joe Flacco, I would go, absolutely not. I'm too old to be behind the Bengals offensive line. That's actually scary.
Way too old. Romeo Doubs, love it. Plus 150 to score a tutty. In Cincinnati. And then we'll move on to the Denver Broncos. Cortland Sutton, who gets a cupcake walk this week against the New York Jets. Now, they are overseas. They are playing in London, but Cortland Sutton has been an absolute beast this year, getting in the end zone pretty often. And just so everyone's aware, we'll go over the Jets. Touchdowns allowed in the air this season is 2.2 touchdowns per game.
That's more than 2.
That's more than 2 guys. So we're expecting 2 guys to score a touchdown, receiving, catching the ball. The question is, who's it going to be? I mean, listen, you got Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims has scored, but Cortland Sutton is clearly the number 1 target to score a touchdown.
Honestly, this one is a little bit scarier than the Luke McCaffrey one because the Broncos are capable of so much fuckery, okay? You've got wheel stuff with Marvin Mims Jr. You got Franklin. Why is he getting the ball? You've got all this stupid shit.
Not a big wheel stuff guy.
No, I don't like wheel stuff.
Bryce has a hot take. I think the Broncos are honestly losing to the Jets this week. You think it's possible, Dill?
No.
There's no possibility that. Because listen, somebody will probably lose to the Jets.
Yeah.
Right? And, I'm not saying it's the Broncos, but
right.
The Broncos also have not been playing a brand of football where you're like, I don't want to play the Broncos.
No, that's true. And
know?
it would make sense for the NFL screenplay writers to go, yeah, we're going to have them beat the Eagles and then lose to the Jets. But there is not one multiverse in this Avengers Endgame world where the Broncos lose to the Jets this week.
You know what I will say, though, that I'm looking at a stat right now, which is very interesting, is that the Broncos this year have lost 2 games. One of which I've been very critical of, which I thought they should have won, which was against the Colts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Colts missed the field goal, jumping over, I forget what they call it, pushing off the
leverage, getting leverage.
Leverage call gives them a 15-yard penalty to let them try the kick again, which I thought was insane.
Yeah.
And listen, if you use leverage and block the kick, it's like, okay, let them try the field goal again. You use leverage and nothing happens. What are we doing? Yeah. All right, let's make a common sense call there, NFL. So they lose that game by 1 point. The following week, they lose to the Chargers, and they lose by 3 points. And Herbert had to play like an absolute stud. So the only 2 losses the Broncos have this year are 3 points to the Chargers and 1 point to the Colts.
And so many people came into the season going, Broncos are plus money. Well, it's a futures bet, so it's going to be plus money. But they have really, really good odds to take the AFC West. And after the first couple of weeks, people were like, "Oh, this is clearly a bad team. Clearly a bad team." No, would you say the Broncos? The Broncos are better than the Chiefs right now, right?
I mean, the way I think I have to retract my words. This is actually a team I don't want to play. The Broncos are a team I don't want to play, and just so we're aware too, the Broncos, they're going to play the Jets, then they're going to get the Giants at home, which you would have to assume, even with the Giants playing well, they're going to lose that game in Denver.
Dart's going to get eaten alive in Denver.
Then they get to play the Cowboys at home, and again, they could lose to the Cowboys. That could be a wash game, whatever. And then they get the Texans. So of the next 4 games, they got Jets, Giants, Cowboys, Texans. I'm saying they're going to go 3-1 one way or another.
I'm going to say 4-0.
So even if it's 3-1, Dill, there's going to be 6-3 at that point if they go 3-1, which is a very, very nice position to be in the AFC West with having to deal with Herbert and Mahomes. But let's move on to the locks of the week.
The one thing about Mahomes, they're going to get Rasheed back next week, and once Rasheed is in that offense, everything is going to open up, and the Chiefs are going to probably win the fucking Super Bowl, which is super annoying.
Yeah, the Chiefs are probably going to win the Super Bowl again, guys. I mean, Rasheed Rice comes back, and now he's got too many receivers. He's got
just
multiple
so
running backs.
annoying.
Kareem Hunt dropped 20 points in fantasy. I don't know if you saw last week.
Yeah.
Locks of the week, guys. Rams, this is the no-brainer. Rams -7 versus the Ravens. I don't even know if this spread moved because it's just been announced that Lamar's officially out this week. The Rams might win by 20. I mean, they legitimately might win by 20. The Texans just rolled them, and I don't think the Texans are as good of a football team as the Rams. The Bills versus the Falcons. This almost had to go into trap of the week because this is so...
Oh, my gosh. The Rams line moved down.
Yeah, I mean, jump all over this, guys. I don't understand this. And again, maybe this is the trap of the week because this is way too easy. This is way too easy of a bet. I don't understand how the Ravens hang with the Rams with Cooper Rush in. The Rams have been playing really, really good football. And again, let's go over the Rams schedule real quick. I just want to hop in here just to see. Again, they had a loss to the Eagles, which they should have won. They have 2 losses this year. They beat the Texans by 5, which I really don't like. They rolled the Titans. They lost to the Eagles on that blocked field goal bullshit. They beat the Colts by 7. Dylan doesn't like that game because of the Adonai Mitchell fumble. And then they lose to San Francisco in overtime in a pretty wacky game.
Don't overcomplicate it. Just hammer the Rams.
Hammer the Rams. They're 3-2. They should be 4-1, no problem. They got Baltimore, Jacksonville, New Orleans, San Fran, Seattle upcoming. I like them to win 1, 2, 3. At least 3 of the next 4. I think they got to split the games with the Niners. I think they'll win the next one. We will see. But Rams all day. Let's move to the Bills, though. This game, the Bills, by the way, they're coming off a loss to the Patriots, which they played a really sloppy football. They didn't look like the Bills. They turned the ball over in their own zone. Now they're going to the Falcons, who, by the way, let's just remember, this is a team who lost to the Panthers 30-0.
Well, bad shoulder.
With Drake London, now Drake's shoulder's repaired. 30-0. The Bills are only. This seems like a game, by the way. The Bills should be -9.5 to -11.5. That's what I think the spread should be at, even in Atlanta. Give me Josh Allen in a dome every week.
Every single week. And this is a game where you're either betting for the Bills to be the Bills or you're betting for the Bills to slide into a team that we didn't think that they were going to beat. That's likely not the case. So take an alt line. Go Bills -10.
Take an alt line. I love that idea, Dill. And by the way, I also love betting on good teams coming off a loss. All right, good teams respond when they lose. You saw, I think, the stat of Mahomes hadn't lost two games in like 2 or 3 years, and then he did it either last year or this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think he lost 3 games ever, right? So good teams coming off a loss. Josh Allen.
The only thing that's spooky about this, and I think that this is why the line is like this, the Bills did not cover against the Saints. They did not cover against the Pats. Let's see if they go 0 for 3 against the spread.
Yeah, and I will say, though, that against bad teams, which I believe Atlanta is, the Bills have played the New York Jets, they have played the Miami Dolphins, and they've played the New Orleans Saints. They were heavy favorites against the Saints. But they beat the Jets by 20, they beat the Dolphins by 10, and they beat the Saints by 12. So the bad teams that they've beat,
they mollywop,
and not even whatever mollywop, whatever you want to call it, they won by more than 4.5. Right. They won by double that. So against bad teams, the Bills are winning by 10 points. The spread's 4.5. I love that. Maybe look into a guard or a defensive lineman who's not playing. Colts -7.5 versus Arizona. Kyler's a little banged up.
Favorite bet of the week.
Dylan loves the Colts. Dylan is a big Colts guy right now.
It's not just about me loving the Colts. the Arizona Cardinals are the most pathetic team in the NFL, okay? It's not the Titans. It's not the Jets. It's not any of these teams. It is the Arizona Cardinals. We are, or they were who we thought they were, okay? The Colts go into Oakland and beat the dog shit out of them. They're going to do the same thing to Arizona. I don't care if they're a team building exercise is not $100,000 fine to your head coach for punching a running back in the chest, okay? That's not going to bring everybody together. So hammer the Colts.
And what I will say in Dylan's defense is that there's only in the Colts 4 wins this year. One of them, they won by 1 point, which is really kind of a loss in my mind because they shouldn't have won that game. So the other 3 wins, they beat the Dolphins 33-8. So they win by 25. They beat the Titans 41-20. They win by 21. They beat the Raiders 40-6. So we're talking about they win by 20 points or more when they win.
They would have beat the Rams by 10 or 14 if Adonai Mitchell hadn't have, fucked around and had us all find out.
He hadn't fucked around and found out.
So listen, we're going to do something crazy here. We're going to combine all of these anytime touchdown bets into one long CVS receipt.
Guys, this is something that we invented here, so trademark this until CVS sues us because it's their name.
Yeah.
But this is what we call the CVS receipt parlay, all right? This can be anywhere from 10 to 20 legs long, all right? We also have spider leg parlays. We're not going to do one of those today. This is the CVS receipt parlay. Look how long this freaking thing is. And we're going to take $10 and we're going to turn it into $30,000.
Listen, of course this isn't going to hit, right? It's probably not going to hit. Everyone's going to hit except for Ashton Genty, right? But it's a freaking 6-inch sub at Subway Sandwich, okay? Just freaking put it down.
7 sandwiches with 6 grams of fat or less, baby.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you're getting here.
It's a sweet onion teriyaki. Just throw down $10. And if you're feeling spicy, throw down $25. Because if you put $25 down, you can win $80,000.
Guys, we're talking about you got $25 and you want to buy a house. All right, you're in the Midwest. Listen, you can't afford it where I'm at out in LA. You might be able to put a down payment on an apartment, all right, with this money. But still, $25 is going to win you $80K. $10 wins you $30K. Let's go through them. Davante Adams, plus 115 anytime touchdown. And you're going to say, Dappz, are you nuts? Davante Adams? He's playing the Ravens. Do you know who the Ravens quarterback is? You don't. He used to be the backup in the Cowboys. But I'll also tell you, they don't even know. They might put Tyler Huntley in. They're saying Huntley might play this week. They don't know who their quarterback is. Give me Davante Adams plus 115. Let's move over.
Well, I got to say, people are really, really getting in the comments about the sandwich deals out there in the world right now. Yeah, we are, hearkening back to the $5 footlong days, and those were good days in America.
Listen, I don't know how much of you guys watching are youngsters. Subway used to have a commercial. They had a jingle. It was on every day during football, outside of football, and the whole thing was they had 7 sandwiches with 6 grams of fat or less.
Yeah, there was that big, fat, awful guy who did all those awful things, and then that ended. But let's get to the second bet.
Okay, we're going to get to McCaffrey, guys. And the reason we like McCaffrey is, remember, Scary Terry, okay? Scary Terry's not playing. It's already been announced. Debo is the guy. We know that. Zach Ertz is probably number 2. But at plus 380, we love McCaffrey. The Bears are letting up 2.5 touchdowns on average in the air per game. So that means between either 2 or 3 touchdowns are getting scored by Commanders receivers, running backs, or tight ends. Love McCaffrey at plus 380. Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting 10 to win 30K if you don't have something like Luke McCaffrey anytime touchdown. Okay.
Now, the Nerd Gym, Energy Gym, I don't know what your name is, but Nakua Kyrie is going to score. Listen, we don't hate that. I think they all can score, though. I think Nakua, Davante, and Kyron can score. They're playing the Ravens, guys. The Texans just dropped 40 on their head last week. Remember that. This is a Rams team that is way more efficient on offense than the frickin' Texans.
Give me Verse to score, against the freaking Ravens. I mean, come on. Next bet is Tataroa McMillan.
Ted McMillan, guys, you know who he's playing? He's playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys are putting up points. we're probably going to see a weird Cowboys game where they probably should win by 20, but somehow they don't, and they keep the game close. And if they do go up, guess what? Bryce Young's going to have to throw garbage point touchdowns. Ted McMillan is his favorite target. We like Ted at plus 145. The Cowboys are a bottom 5 pass defense.
Johnny J says, can you give a less risky one? No, we cannot. $10 to win $30,000, okay?
Well, Johnny, the less risky part of this is not parlaying this all together. These are our top 10 favorite anytime touchdowns, Johnny. So the less risky will be the ones that are at minus numbers when we get into the running back anytime touchdown locks. And also, anything you see at plus 115, plus 130 is going to be a little less risky. Luke McCaffrey at plus 380, that's where we're getting into risk territory. All right? That's where we're getting into risk territory.
Johnny J locked it in. Let's go.
Straight up. Rob, please let us know your favorite locks. Romeo Dobbs, again, plus 150 against who? The Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals?
Bad team.
Bad team. Bad team, guys. I want to go over this, too. The Cincinnati Bengals are letting up 2.5 passing touchdowns per game. Who is it going to? Again, the Packers scored 40 points on the Cowboys. The Bengals don't know who their freaking quarterback is. They traded for Joe Flacco this week. You think he's going to come in and just be a stud? You're out of your freaking minds. Romeo Dobbs plus 150. Let's move on to the low-level scumbag, worst team I've ever rooted for in my entire life. Keeps me in the sewer. I can't see at night.
We're in jolly old England. We're in jolly old England.
I'm living in a constant state of darkness. It's like Bane is just in control of me. Courtland Sutton might score 5 touchdowns against the Jets this week.
You know why? It was born in the dark.
Hey, that was a good attempt. If anybody thinks they can beat it, please let me know. Courtland Sutton plus 130 to score a touchdown against the Jets, guys. The Jets absolutely stink this year. Again, bottom 5 passing team. They're going to let up 2 touchdowns at minimum this week to the Broncos. They're playing in where? London. That's right. Okay, let's go to Chief says don't count Flacco out. He's like Bobby Boucher. Okay, JD says Flacco is throwing 3 picks. Sutton touchdown is a good sleeper pick. See, Rob, we agree. We agree. I don't even know if it's a sleeper, Rob. The Jets stink, Rob. The Jets are bad. Sean says Luke is looking fire. Love that pick. Again, that's a plus 380, guys. Russ Clay, 8.3 out of 10. Remember, guys, this is a $10 to win $30K. This could change your life for $10. Yeah. Now, listen, we need a lot of things to happen. We're not saying this is guaranteed. But if you don't like the all 10, take a couple out. Then $10K.
And we need the running backs to score, too. So, first up, Javonte Williams and Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty and Tony Pollard playing each other. These are 2 horrible rushing defenses, okay?
Guys, let's go over this real quick. The bottom 2, okay? The bottom 2 rushing defenses, the 2 rushing defenses that let up the most touchdowns a week per game on average are the Titans and the Raiders, and they're playing each other this week. So you get a little mix of Ashton Genty, okay, at minus 155, might rush for 200 yards this week. And then sprinkle a little Tony Pollard into the mix at plus 110. Pollard has kind of underachieved this year, but guess what? He got in the end zone last week, and now he's playing the worst rushing defense in the league, okay? So throw in Pollard at plus 110. Give me Ashton Genty, who is finally, guess what? He's not doing this anymore, guys. He's doing this. He's not doing this anymore, Dill. He's doing this.
Fuck yeah.
And when he does this, he explodes.
Yeah.
All right? Don't try to put Genty in a box.
No, absolutely. Chino Nino Lino says, is this for Prize Picks or something? No, this is for Dappz Sports. Remember the name. Okay, so
Chino and Prize Picks, we will get into some player props, but this is anytime touchdowns, brother. What we're betting on right now is who we think's going to score a touchdown on Sunday, and we're showing you the odds. So Prize Picks might offer anytime touchdowns. I'm not sure. We're degens. We're not in Prize Picks. We're just in straight up sports books.
Yeah,
but if you have questions, Chino, you let us know about any of these numbers.
Absolutely.
Now, let's get into the running back with the worst odds to score this week, but we absolutely love Javonte Williams, touchdown fucking machine this year. He's minus 190. That means you have to put $190 down to win 100, okay? Now, minus 190, Tony Pollard, Cowboy playing the Carolina Panthers. If you think the Carolina Panthers are good, you don't know ball. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Now we're going to move over to somebody in the comments said they thought that Kyron and Puka was going to score. We agree because Kyron's on the list, minus 125. Baltimore Ravens stink. They're so bad. They just let up 40 points to the Texans, okay? They're letting up 2 touchdowns on the ground every game. Guys, lock the Kyron in. He's one of my favorite bets this week. He finally got in the end zone last week. And then at plus 230, which might be my favorite bet at the odds this week, even over McCaffrey, at a plus 230, Rico Daboll, who just ran for 200 yards in one game, okay? Against the Dolphins, they stink.
Chubba's out.
Chubba's out, bro. Chubba's out. And let's just go over this real quick. I want to go over rushing yards. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Rushing yards allowed per game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go through this.
It's really, really bad, but remember, Rico is the bell cow of this team right now. At plus 230, you have to take that. You have to.
And Sean says Javonte has moved even from 190 to 210 in the last day. So that should show you how much of a lock that is. Rob says might have to put this on DK for the ghost leg parlay offer. Let's go, Rob. I love that. Now, Rico Daboll. Back to Rico Daboll. The Dallas Cowboys are letting up 127 rushing yards per game. This game is probably going to get out of hand. I love Rico Daboll to get in the end zone at plus 230, best odds that you could possibly have. And this, if you parlay all of these 10 bets together again, guys, this is the CVS receipt 10-leg parlay. You got 5 wide receiver anytime touchdowns parlayed with 5 running back anytime touchdowns. That is the cookbook, guys. Hang tight. We are about to start Dappz Live in a few seconds. Oh, we got Sean and Rob already putting money in. Are our mics on?
Get in it.
Guys, we are coming right back with Dappz Live. I'm sure you got audio. I have Roma Dunze has scored every week too. Jay Sal says Rob's putting $5 on the running backs, $5 on the receivers, $10 on everything, and $10 to win. Let's go, Rob. That's what we love to hear. I took 7 of these for plus 11,000, Sean. Let's go to the moon, baby. Hello and welcome to Dappz Live. For anyone who is just joining us, we were just on the cookbook. Dappz Live, though, is the show where we talk about sports, laugh about sports, and if you're Orion Kerkering or a Phillies fan, cry about sports. Guys, get in the comments now, drop your questions, and we will answer them. Follow the page. Dappz Sports is what you're watching. Dappz Live on Dappz Sports. Please, please, please DM us any questions you have. DM us your bets of the week. DM us your anytime touchdown locks. DM us your fantasy sit starts. Today we've got Blackbeard himself, Dylan.
Hey, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? That's right. Let's get into it, guys. The Phillies blow it. The Dodgers win the 4th game of the NLDS on the most idiotic play of all time. It was a pitcher's game. Sasaki and Duran could not be touched at the end of the game. Shohei continued to just either swing at everything, stare at pitchers, doesn't know what the strike zone is this series.
Yeah, it's really driving me fucking insane because he's just really not doing it at the plate. But he is the best player in baseball. He'll figure it out. I do get very, very frustrated at seeing low strikes just whizzing by him. He's not swinging at them at all. It's happened 4 or 5 times this series. So,
1 for 18 is such an odd line for Ohtani. And by the way, last night, I don't know if you watched the game, guys. Ohtani comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 18 this series. And what do? They have a man on second and third, and they walk Ohtani to pitch to Mookie. Okay? They walk Ohtani to pitch to Mookie, and then they walk Mookie, and then they walk in the tying run.
We'll get into all of it.
I mean, holy shit. But let's go. Let's get into it. The game heads into extra innings. The Jesus Lizard gets yanked for Kerkering. And watch this.
Ugh, it's just so heartbreaking. It's so...
Throw it for first! Throw it to first! Don't throw it there! Oh, my God, guys. This is how the Phillies blow it. I'm a Mets fan, and I feel bad for the Phillies, which I don't think I've ever done before. This is such a... I want to say it's such a bonehead move, but, to be placed in that position, Dill, the ball gets hit to you. You're supposed to make a routine play. You don't. Then you react. You get nervous. You look up. You think, I got to throw it home, right? No, you need to slow down, turn around, throw to first. Instead, throws a fucking moonshot over the catcher's fucking head.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, no, it's really tough. And also, Adrian Marty Block says it's pronounced Mookie. And you do that all the time. You say Mookie. It's not a U. It's 2 O's. Okay, put some respect on his name. But I want to get into, because that picture, if we could go back to it, that picture of the rapids of exuberant Dodgers splitting around this miserable child is so sad. But everyone's going to blame Orion. We got to talk about the bats on the Phillies, because it was kind of like Shohei Ohtani just spread across the top of their lineup.
Yeah, I mean, listen, look at this. Trea Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Game 1, they go a combined 1 for 11. Game 2, 1 for 10. Game 3, they show up. They bat 500, 7 for 13. Game 4, 1 for 14. If you're the Phillies front office or you're a Phillies fan, the amount of money you're paying for these guys, for them to go 3 for 35 in games 1, 2, and 4, you got to be really upset as a Phillies fan, almost as upset as just being a Mets fan in general. Absolutely ridiculous. Also, Duran and the Phillies decide to walk Ohtani.
So this was probably the most badass walk I've seen watching baseball. I don't know why they decided to walk Ohtani. He clearly couldn't hit, and Duran couldn't be hit by anyone. Even if Shohei was batting 300, he probably couldn't have hit Duran that night. They bring up Mookie, who is, we were talking about it the other day, not Mookie. This guy is such a consummate professional. He's such a consummate professional. He knows that this guy's got a splinter, and if anything is even remotely low, he's just not going to swing at it, and he gets an RBI walk.
I watched Mookie. Take that at bat against Duran, and he's just such, like Dylan said, a professional. He just outdueled that guy, Duran. Duran, by the way, they traded, was the lights-out closer for the Twins. Phillies get him at the end of the year, and he was throwing gas. He was throwing 100 at Mookie. So absolutely ridiculous. We have Connor who says, "Oh my God, I found the right page." A Mets fan talking about the Phillies. Connor, welcome to the show. Thanks for following, guys. Please, Adrian, I'm a Dodgers fan, and I was surprised when they walked Ohtani. I think he was 1 for 17. I just couldn't believe it, guys, because listen, Ohtani is unbelievable, but when a guy is cold, he's cold.
He's cold.
All right? And again, you walked Ohtani and then walked Mookie. We walked in a run. Even if Ohtani hit a single, it's the same result, except you could have struck Ohtani out. Really, really poor decision-making.
And also, if Shohei beats you, Shohei beats you. It's Shohei Ohtani.
Right, and it's also like,
what are we going to do?
You're not in trouble. If Shohei beats you as a Phillies manager, everyone is not surprised. He's Shohei Ohtani. That's your excuse. That's what do you want me to do?
I'm going to sit in front of the press corps and get shit on for Shohei Ohtani hitting a home run off me or getting a base hit on me? I mean, get out of here.
And then Cooper says, "Hey, before I have to head out to the Mariners games, who do you think winning, Mariners or Tigers?"
Dumper.
The dumper. He loves the dumper, Cooper. Bryce says, "When are you considered too old for the MLB?" I don't know if you mean as a player or as a player. I mean, guys play to their 40s at DH.
At DH.
So, well, sure, but punters, it's like a punter in the NFL, right? You could play a little longer.
Or a quarterback.
And then Rob says, if Shohei beats you, his manager probably had $1 million happening on it. Yeah, I think Ohtani's manager or interpreter has been fading Ohtani the last couple games. He's probably up $100 million. Again, Mookie just absolutely too good. Everyone is blaming Orion, but it's a really sad moment for this kid. He should have thrown the ball to first base. I was kind of questioning even if he had picked it up and thrown it to first, if Pages could have ran it out. I think he would have had him at first, though.
He would have had him at first, and if he made a proper throw to home, our pinch runner did not touch home plate. So
Yeah. So that was confirmed.
confirmed.
Wow. So
Did not touch home plate.
and if they hadn't given up on the play, who knows? Maybe they get the ball off the backstop, throw it. They didn't. It was just such a shocking moment. The Phillies just blew it, dude. The Phillies just blew it. Let's get a security detail on Orion because Phillies fan might try to kill this guy. We're not even kidding. Cam Skattebo is on crack. He's on crack cocaine, guys. Kids, I wish I could tell you not to do drugs, but Cam Skattebo is too good.
How can you
He's
tell
too
people
good.
not
This
to do
guy
crack?
does backflips like just because he ran 1 yard. I mean, this is the most fun CTE can be.
Yeah.
Look at this. CTE rubbing nipples with CTE in this image. Absolutely ridiculous.
Rob says CTE is afraid of
Rob,
of
you
Cam
nailed it.
Skattebo.
CTE is afraid of Cam Skattebo. Absolutely nailed it. The Eagles get the shit beat out of them last night by the who? The New York Giants in the Meadowlands. Saquon, not a revenge game at all. Skattebo is the new Saquon for the Giants, I guess. 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't know how you don't love this guy. He's out of his mind. He's smashing his head into bricks, by the way. There's a video circulating of him at FSU smashing his head with a helmet into a brick wall. He also told his mother, well, I don't think he told his mother witnesses. His mother told reporters that he used to go up to telephone poles with his brother's shoulder pads on and a helmet and just boom, boom.
Yeah, it's like when Rob Lowe asked Chris Farley, did you eat paint chips as a kid? Cam Skattebo did.
And Sean says something interesting, which I actually felt yesterday. Hate to say it, but I actually like this Giants team. Jackson
It's
Dart
so fun.
and Cam Skattebo,
It's so
and their
fun.
defense is young and Abdul Carter, and they've been so bad. And also, they dealt with Russell Danger Wilson the first couple games. It's such a different vibe
Yeah,
when
Jackson
you have
Dart.
Dart and Skattebo in than having Russ Wilson in. So Jackson Dart, 195 in the air, 58 on the ground. Guys, I'm thinking Jackson Dart is going to be a fantasy-relevant quarterback.
Yep.
And I think he's going to be a guy who doesn't get drafted till the 5th, 6th, 7th round, and he becomes like a 1st or 2nd round.
I had Jackson Dart, Skattebo, Goddard going last night. I have 80 points on a Thursday night. How much better can I feel?
If you're a Giants fan, you got to feel pretty good. I'll tell you that much because they went from radically horrible to if they win 2 more games, if they could win 2 of their next 3 games still, like they're a wild card team.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, and let's pump the brakes a little bit. The Giants are the Giants. They, if anything happens to Dart, which we'll get into last night, there was a dicey situation. They're absolutely done. But this division kind of is open. I mean, the Eagles only have the tush push. It's just the only thing they have. The Cowboys defense is absolutely horrible. And, I guess the Commanders are pretty serious. But who knows what's going to happen in this division? I can see the Giants in a long shot taking it.
Well, unfortunately, the Giants have to play the Broncos next week and then the
Ew.
Eagles again. And then they got to play the Niners. So I might have to eat those words. I don't see them doing but listen, if you win 2 of those games, those are statements as a team and as a young core. It's just wild that they lost to the Saints last week because if they win that game, they're in a way better position in the standings. And Brian Daboll was hard as soon as Jackson Dart stepped on that field. I'm just saying.
The only thing that's even a little bit cringy about this team, well, everything's cringy about them, but they're having fun. Brian Daboll's homoerotic obsession with Jackson Dart is like a little bit concerning. It's like, okay, leave him alone, okay? Just let him play football.
And everybody, please let me know if you started Wan'Dale Robinson yesterday because I did in one league. He dropped nearly 20 points, and I'm very, very happy about it. And also let us know who your start sit are of the week, or if you have questions, we'd be happy to answer them. But let's get into or get back to Jackson Dart goes down, and Daboll, Brian Donut freaks out. Look at this, guys.
Brian Daboll, usually coaches are like, I gotta keep my eye on the
Is
field.
he okay? Is he okay in there? Can I come in?
I gotta keep my eye on the field. We're rolling right now.
It looked like, when somebody goes into an ambulance and they're like, only family can come in the ambulance. And they're like, no, dude, you can't come in here.
Yeah.
It's like, Daboll, chill, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. What is going on?
He saw Russell Wilson throw one throw 15 yards short, and he was like, he went over to the medical team of the Giants, and he was like, I don't care if we get fined. Get him back on the field.
Everybody watching, too, I don't know if you saw when Russ Wilson went in the game, Daboll's like, no. Get him out. Run to the tent. We need to get him out of the game. Please, no. Please, Lord. Russell Wilson cannot play. The NFL is now investigating because Daboll had such a hard-on for Dart. They're like, is this dude, does he have a concussion? Because I think he might have a concussion.
Yeah, so clearly Jackson Dart was concussed. And also it's important to mention, and we don't have a picture of her, but we'll get a picture of her at some point this season. Jackson Dart, MILF.
Oh, yeah.
Hot mom.
Hot mom.
Hot mom.
Yeah, Jackson Dart's mom is definitely above an 8 on the 8 out of 10 scale.
Oh, yeah.
Also, guys, I hate to say this to you Phillies fans watching. The Eagles are kind of bad. They have the tush push, and that's it. And, by the way, Micah Parsons tweeted this yesterday. This is not football, right? And the only reason I say that is they ran this play 4 times in a row. If you're watching this game, you're just like, come on, dude. We know what's going on. And the one thing that I don't like, I'm not on the side of ban the tush push. What I am on the side of, though, is if these linemen are jumping off sides before and false start, you have to call that, because now guess what? That play gets moved back 5 yards, and then there's no tush push on that play, which I'm fine with.
It's such a good point. We don't need to ban the tush push. What we need to do is call false starts when they're happening. It's happening every single time. We don't need to ban a play. We need to penalize a play when it's breaking the rules, and it's breaking the rules all the time.
Red Rum says your mom is pretty hot too. Red Rum, touche.
Thank you.
Touche, Red Rum.
Appreciate it.
Cyber says Dart is not going to make it 3 seasons. Coach doesn't care about his well-being. We feel the opposite. We feel he might care about it too much.
Yeah.
Rob says about to expose the Eagles, or they're about to get exposed. And by the way, let's just go through this, guys. The Eagles should have lost to the Cowboys. Hot take. CeeDee Lamb, guys. If you're listen, Philly fans are probably gonna be like, shut up, Dappz. That's not true. Hold on a second. CeeDee Lamb, how many balls did he drop that game? 4. If you don't want to catch the diving one at the end, he still dropped 3 balls.
Yeah.
Right. The Cowboys could have won that game. Then let's move over to the Rams. The luckiest blocked field goal of all time. The Rams have the game locked up. The Eagles return it for a touchdown on the last play. What is going on? They could have easily lost that game. Chiefs, listen, they beat the Chiefs. It was just boring. And I think the question is, Jalen Hurts, I think, had less than 100 yards in the air.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't throw the ball in the second half against the Bucs.
Jalen Hurts looked really bad last night. Overthrew Devonta Smith on just a busted play. Missed A.J. Brown for a wide open touchdown. Instead throws a 95-yard pick. Saquon's not getting the ball enough. The Eagles are still the Eagles, but they got to figure it out.
They got to figure it out, dude. This team could be 0-6. Dylan, are the Eagles the Jets?
No, they're not the Jets. The Jets are the second most embarrassing team in the NFL, behind the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. Somebody asked, is it a hot take to still consider the Eagles as Super Bowl contenders and possibly even champs? I don't think it's a hot take.
No.
I think that they've got to really get their shit together, though. The next 5 games, guys, I want everybody in the comments to tell me. The next 5 games, the Eagles are going to play the Vikings, the Giants again, the Packers, the Lions, and the Cowboys. 5 games. What are the Eagles' record over the next 5 games? Are you giving them 3-2? Are you 2-3? Are they going 1-4? Are they winning out? What is their record over the next 5 game, guys? Eagles fans, you're welcome to tell us as well. Good news is that no one tore their ACL at the Meadowlands last week. That hasn't happened in forever. All right. LeBron James has old man injuries. Let's get into it, guys. LeBron James is out for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season with sciatica. Dylan, can you explain sciatica to anybody who's under 25 years old?
A lot of Jewish older gentlemen in Brooklyn have sciatica. Oh yeah, my back hurts. It's just, it's some pain that gets shot down your butthole and your legs and stuff, and it all kind of stems from the lower back. LeBron James has old man injuries now, and he's not an old man. He's just an old man by NBA standards.
Well, he's also, by NBA standards, the 8th best ranked player in the league, which is absolutely insane.
It's insane
that we are simultaneously talking about how old he is and how he has sciatica, and then he's the 8th best player in the league. He is the most old man. By the way, this is the most old man injury, Dylan, outside of what? A broken hip?
I would say
Do you need a
so.
life alert for this guy? Like
Help
maybe
me.
put a necklace on so he can press a button?
Yeah, I've fallen and I can't get up. Bryce Press says I got sciatica when I was 22. Well, you're old. Just kidding, Bryce. Thank you for supporting the show. And we got a lot of 3-2 for the Eagles, 2-5 for the Eagles, 1-4.
Did anyone give the Eagles a winning record, Dylan? It doesn't look like it. Did anyone? Oh, 3-2 was the best.
Unknown username 3-2, but yeah, it's not looking good.
Everybody's got the Eagles going down.
LeBron is 40 years old. How many more seasons do you think he can play? One? Half of one? Two?
What's crazy though is like, when was the last time LeBron out 3 to 4 weeks? I think his first year with the Lakers, like he's been a pretty rock solid.
The reason why LeBron is goated is because of his durability. He is such a professional with his body. He spends a lot of money on his body, and he's a billionaire because of it. He just doesn't get hurt all that often, and that's such a game changer when you're talking about a legacy of a professional athlete.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask the chat this question first, and then I'm going to ask Dylan a question. The Lakers, this season, what seed, chat, tell me, what seed did the Lakers finish in the Western Conference 1-8? Please let us know what seed. Now I'm going to throw the question to you, Dylan. Do the Lakers have a shot at a championship this year, Dylan?
No, not really. Not really. The Nuggets are much better.
Rob says losing season, not even top 8.
Yeah, that I don't think that's gonna happen, but they're not getting past the Nuggets, and they're not getting past the Thunder. They might not even get past the Rockets or the Clippers. I mean, I would say probably a fifth
or the T-Wolves.
A 5th or 6th seed, yeah. 5th or 6th seed.
5 or 6. Chat, do you like that? 6 seed? Lakers 6 seed? Lakers glaze till I die. Easy art. Okay.
I'd pick the young Spurs over the Lakers.
Well, listen, Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, Castle, they got a lot of talent over there. So, LeBron, do you, but make the transition to the country club with grace, man. Just go to Mountain Gate and just call it a day, all right? Just hang out with, I don't know, Al Michaels every week.
Yeah.
Or whoever's golfing over there.
Yeah.
Let's get to the worst takes of the week, guys. Drake May is a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels. Chat, is that true? Is Drake May a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels? What are you going to tell us still?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah?
Yep.
Drake May at 23 is a better quarterback going forward than Jaden Daniels. I'm going to say this. I hate this take.
Yeah.
I hate this take from Andrew Doobie or whatever his stupid name is. Drake May is not impressive. Listen, Drake May, again, guys, let's go back to the Steelers game. Any Patriots fans watching, you saw Drake May at the end of the second quarter, by the way. They could have kicked a field goal. They had a couple seconds left. This guy throws a pick, and that just shows you his inexperience. He's young, whatever. Jaden Daniels has already brought his team to the NFC Championship game, kind of like not knowing how to play professional football.
Yeah.
Like kind of like just on a whim.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, I'm a little scared of. Obviously, he's fantastic. I had him last year in fantasy. He took me to many championships and won me many championships. But there was a moment where Jaden Daniels was doing his GQ 10 Essentials. He talked about bags of candy. They said, how many do you have a day? He said, about 2. And they said, so how many do you have a year? And he could not answer that question. So I'm a little concerned that Jaden Daniels might be, I don't know, he might be dumb.
Yeah, he might not be the brightest. He's definitely doing TikTok dances on the sideline, but he's pretty good at football. So
also, Bryce Press, great point. He's injury prone. The guy does not understand how to protect his body yet, which you got to get better at.
What I notice about the media these days and fans in general is just like it's such a week to week. You're a fan, like we're on this team, we're off this team. This guy's great, he's bad. Like let's relax. Remember, Jaden Daniels got hurt this year. He's been out a couple games. He might not be healthy. All right, and maybe he's healthy now. We're about to see. But Drake May has done nothing to show me that he's better than Jaden Daniels. Not even close. Next hot take, guys. John Harbaugh will be let go by the Ravens before the end of the season. What's your take, Dill?
Not going to happen. The Ravens love John Harbaugh. It's like an abusive relationship. It's like being married to somebody who launders money, and you know that it's not a good idea, but you have creature comforts every single year. You're not really advancing in life, and it's all going to crumble at some point, but you just don't have the motivation to get off the couch. That's why he's going to stay the HC of the Ravens.
Yeah, I think that's an absolutely insane analogy. I think that it's more like you married a man who bought you a $10 million house. You've been living in it for 10 years, and now you're kind of used to all the luxury.
Yeah.
And you're complacent, and now you're the man who gave you everything isn't good enough for you anymore, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Dynamic D says John Harbaugh is gonna be cut loose.
Wow. And Dynamic also said it was very interesting convo suddenly between these two rookie quarterbacks, but JD level is on another extreme. Garbage has blackmail evidence on the GM and owner. That's hysterical. Guys, listen, John Harbaugh, I'm of the opinion the Ravens can turn this thing around. I just don't think that. And by the way, no one in the AFC wants to play Lamar Jackson as a 6 seed. Right, as a wild card team going into the playoffs.
No, I agree. They can absolutely turn it around to lose in the AFC Championship. Let's get to the next take.
Next take, guys. Joe Flacco puts the Bengals in a worse situation than they were with Browning. I don't know what can be worse than what Browning's been doing. I don't know what's worse than that. So, interesting take from Josh Stingleberry or whatever his name is. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Dylan, do you have any opinion on Joe Flacco making the Bengals better or worse?
The only thing that would be worse than Jake Browning is me.
You.
Yeah, I'd be worse.
You'd be worse.
Not Joe Flacco.
Yeah, right, totally.
I've never played quarterback in the NFL.
I'm trying to reason in my head because the Browns obviously do not have a great offensive line. I would argue that the Bengals' offensive line is worse than the Browns.
Yeah.
And Joe Flacco, maybe he can connect with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase more, right? But he's got to be able to throw the ball to them by having a pass blocking offensive line,
again,
which I'm just not seeing at the moment.
The main bump up, I really believe, from Joe Flacco coming to town is Chase Brown. He's going to get panic dump offs. I think Chase Brown will see a lot more targets and be very valuable in fantasy.
Listen, Cyber says Flacco will create downfield opportunities, which maybe that's the thing that Flacco really is missing in Cleveland is having T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on your team and just being able to throw the ball as an experienced quarterback, right?
Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy are no Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I gotta tell, I freaking gotta tell you that.
And Cyber and Dynamic, appreciate all the comments, guys, on all these takes. Please give us a follow. We're live every single day. We'd love to hear your input on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week as well. After week 6 concludes. It's week 6 this week, right, Dill? Week 5, week 6. I think it's week 6.
It's week 6.
It's week 6. Let's get to the next hot take. The Pats will win the AFC East.
No, they won't.
No fucking chance, bro. This is obviously, Ginger Triple Leg is obviously a Patriots fan. This is an absolutely insane thing to say. And of course, this is what I mean, guys, by the week-to-week bullshit, right? The Patriots, bravo. You got to win against Josh Allen. You should be happy. You played good football. When you play the Bills again, I guarantee you they win by 20, and I guarantee you are a first-round exit if you make the playoffs. I am not impressed with the Patriots. I think long-term you guys can succeed. Listen, Diggs has always been a problem. I don't love the other receiving core. Hunter Henry's nice. Your running back situation is a disaster. Travion Henderson doesn't understand the playbook. Ramondre Stevenson is fumbling into the end zone every game. Vrabel's a solid coach. I think this is a great team in 2 to 3 years. Not impressed with the Pats. They're not winning the AFC East.
They're going to play the Bills again on December or in the middle of December. The Bills are going to take a shit on them. We've got some comments. Adrian Marty Block, love you, guy or girl. They couldn't even beat my team, the Raiders, and were ass this year.
By the way, a team that beats the Raiders or loses to the Raiders and beats the Bills, like what is that team?
It's chaos.
How can you describe that team? That's literally fucking insane.
Yeah.
Next hot take, last hot take, guys. Colts should be included in the Super Bowl discussion. Jay Tilly, little Tilly. Dill, I'll let you take this one.
No, they should not. And I love the Colts. I think the Colts are fantastic, but they're a first-round exit every day of the week.
Guys, listen, Danny Dimes is having his moment. All right, if you have anything that's valuable of Danny Dimes's, whether it's a sports card, signed helmet, sell it now. All right, sell it now. Again, guys, I just want to go over this with you. We already went over it today, but we're going to go over it again. Let's go through who the Colts beat. Okay, let's just go over this.
This is so annoying that you do this.
The Colts beat the Miami Dolphins. Does anyone watching think the Miami Dolphins are a good football team? I'll let you guys answer that in the chat. All right. We're going to move over to the Denver Broncos. They beat the Broncos by 1 point. The way in which they won was they missed a field goal. There was a leverage call. They moved the ball up 15 yards. They got to try their field goal again for no fucking reason. The NFL and the refs gifted them a game. Okay, they're 2-0. The following week, the Colts beat the Titans. Does anyone in the chat think that the Titans are a good football team?
This voice you're doing is really driving me nuts.
We're at 3-0 at this point. The following week, they play the Rams. Okay? Adonai Mitchell fumbles into the end zone. We all know the story. They should have won. That was with 12 minutes left in the third quarter. And the fact of the matter is they lost. I accepted that the Broncos lost to them. You will accept that the Rams beat the Colts, at which point we're 3-1. And then last week, the Colts play
the Raiders.
Vegas Raiders. Guys, listen. The Colts are beating the shit out of really bad teams. They're beating the shit out of them.
That's what good teams do.
I just want to see them. What happens to the Colts when they play good teams? Unfortunately, they're playing the Cardinals. They're playing the Chargers, who's a good team. The Titans stink. They're going to play Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Falcons, Chiefs. Listen, they've got a really easy schedule. The Colts will 100% be in the playoffs, but big games they got to play. Jaguars twice, Niners in Seattle, Chiefs, Chargers at Pittsburgh. Those will define their season this year, and I don't think they're going to win a lot of those games.
I think the biggest hurdle for the Colts is the Jags. If the Jags were not in that division, which they are, they would clearly be leading.
Bryce says, serious question. We all think the Jaguars have a chance at the playoffs. Of course, the Jaguars. I think there's a ton of teams that have a chance at the playoffs this year, guys. I wouldn't count anybody out. I compare the Jags to the Colts, right? Like a team that they're getting wins right now. They've got a good record, but again, can they beat good teams? The Jaguars just beat the Chiefs, right? So like the Jaguars, in my mind, have beat a better team than the Colts.
I'd rather have a really good defense. The Jags have a really good defense.
Then we got dynamic. Miami is a great city, and salute Dan Marino and Don Chula, but the Dolphins football team are ass. That's true. Very, very, very true. Rob says Colts are last year's Vikings. Daniels is having the Darnold 2024 run. Listen, disappointing loss in the playoffs for Darnold last year. We're going to get into the last story of the day, guys. The NHL is awesome. Okay? Lightning forward out of Tampa Bay, Curtis Douglas, in his very first shift in the NHL, was ready to fight. 3 minutes into the game. Check this out, guys.
Yeah, this is a really I think it's 2 minutes and something, 2 minutes and change.
Not even 3 minutes into the game.
His first shift in the NHL.
Not even 3 minutes into the NHL season. And I think this guy's just like, I got to make a statement. I don't care what's going on. I think you lock in mentally and you're like, I'm fighting somebody today.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to fight me.
Yeah.
All right. He finds another Curtis on Curtis, Curtis McDermott. Dermio. Holy shit. And there they fucking go. They've tried to get fighting out of hockey. I think they shouldn't try to get fighting out of hockey. I think they should add fighting to basketball.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a little insane that you're just allowed to fight 2.5 minutes into a game, but that's why hockey is so beloved. Well, also, postseason hockey is incredible, but the fact that people can just throw bows and fisticuffs is a wild wrinkle to this game.
Well, listen, the point in time which the NBA had the highest ratings was obviously when Michael Jordan played, but the other part of when Michael Jordan played was these guys were allowed to just scrap, bro.
Rod Artest?
You could fight guys in the stands. Like, there was a lot going on. The coaches would get involved. You remember the whole skirmish with Jeff Van Gundy, the New York Knicks, Miami Heat used to have these absolutely wild, heated playoff matchups where Jeff Van Gundy is holding the legs of other players on the court. Absolute insanity. Bring that brand of basketball back, guys. Bring back where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is punching people in the jaw on the court. That's what I want to see. They've tried to get fighting out of hockey, like we said. It's not going to happen. It's bad for the sport. Colton Orr and Todd Federick, 2007, already had titanium plates in his face.
Yeah, this was a bad one. In 2007, this knockout, people were like, okay, maybe we should get fighting out of the sport because this guy had already had titanium plates in his face, gets into another fight, and just gets absolutely knocked out. But listen, I mean, if we go to the next slide, we have to keep this. We have to keep this.
And listen, I'm not saying to let NBA players like get into full-blown fist fights, but like maybe let them throw a punch or two,
right?
Separate them,
yeah.
Get the footage, let it spread onto social media, issue a 1-game suspension.
Yeah,
right?
It's a little bit like the tush push. Like, let's just amend the rules a tiny bit so that SGA can't pull the bullshit that SGA pulls.
SGA, he gets a cracked jaw. He comes back 2 weeks from now, and he's wearing a mask. It's good for basketball. Yeah. All right, guys, that is our show. Dappz Live every day, 12 p.m. Pacific time. That's the show you're watching right now. Remember, the cookbook is today. We've already done that today. And also, remember, we have General Managers, our fantasy show, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. So join us for the cookbook if you want to talk anytime touchdowns, spreads, player props, prize picks, all that good stuff. If you want to talk starter sit, enter General Managers Tuesday, 4 p.m. Guys, anybody who watches and likes sports cards and you want to understand how to make money, our other co-host, Ethan, and I go over sports cards. We are giving away a sports card today. Go to YouTube, search Dappz Sports, subscribe to the channel, go to the latest Up or Down episode in podcasts. All right, comment underneath that video. You're automatically entered to win a sports card this week. You got to watch the video to figure out which sports card it is.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. And that's Up or Down, guys. We will see you on Monday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody wins their fantasy matchups and wins a lot of money gambling. Dylan, do you have anything to say to the good folks of Dappz Live?
Lock in the CVS receipt parlay.
Guys, lock in the CVS parlay. And remember, if you win, all I ask you is that you tell everybody to watch this show. I don't want any money from you. I just want you and all your buddies watching this show.
I'll take money. If you want to throw a commission my way.
Don't throw anything his way, all right? Dynamic. Great to see you, Bryce. Adrian, pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you on Monday.